So the title of this video is Dillian Whyte beating Tyson Fury at his own game? Now, what do I mean by that? I don't mean Dillian Whyte is going to go in there and smother Tyson Fury or fight on the back foot like how Tyson Fury fights. We all know how Dillian Whyte fights. He fights from the mid-range. It's not from the inside. It's not from the outside. He's a front foot counter puncher. He has a really good jab, a really good left hook. He has a decent right hand, a very underrated right hand. I'm not saying in boxing sense is he beating Tyson Fury at his own game. No, I mean with the mind games, with the lead up to the fight. Is Dillian Whyte beating Tyson Fury at his own games? Because usually the sense of uncertainty, the sense of we don't know what's going to happen, it usually comes from the camp of Tyson Fury. Rarely, if ever, has it come from the opponent. We saw Tyson Fury get riled up a lot when he fought Deontay Wilder the third time, when Deontay Wilder did not bite in to him in their first press conference. Did not bite into all the trash talking. Even though Deontay Wilder did give in the second press conference, we saw a glimpse of what could happen to Fury in the first press conference, that you can rile him up, you can shake him mentally if you don't bite on what he's trying to give you. So now my question is Dillian Whyte trying to do an extreme version of that? Is Dillian Whyte trying to defeat Tyson Fury at his own game, defeat him with the mind games? And many people would point out that Dillian Whyte may be even a better person with mind games than Tyson Fury. I've heard a few people say online that Dillian Whyte is the mind games king. Now, I don't know about that if he's the mind games king, but I do know that he also does mind games, that he also riles up his opponents. He's good at that. But being good at that and beating Tyson Fury at it are two different things entirely. I think many people are overlooking Dillian Whyte's chances. I heard a lot of people saying that Dillian Whyte has zero chance to win this fight. That couldn't be farther from the truth. If Tyson Fury is going to come heavy, if he's going to try to fight Whyte like how he did fight Wilder, that fight's a 50-50 fight. If Fury comes light, even the Fury that came in, I guess, out of Lineal or against Wilder the first time, I think both those Furies beat Whyte. I think he outboxes Whyte. I don't think he should be in the mindset of trying to stop Whyte. Now, as I said, it's still a 50-50 fight if Fury chooses to come in heavy. But what's the point of making a fight 50-50 when you can win it pretty wide? I would put Fury as an 80-20 favorite, like a 4-1 favorite, near to 5-1 favorite, if he came in light against Whyte. If he was light, he can bounce around the ring, jab at his pace, move like how he wants to move. I would say that's a 50-50 fight. But if Fury is going to go in with the mentality that, look, this guy's a bum, I knocked out Deontay Wilder, one of the greatest punchers of all time, I can definitely knock out this guy, fuck him, I'm just going to come in whatever weight suits me, and I'm coming to knock him out. And I have one question too. Usually it's UK fighters, Tyson Fury, Billy Joe Sanders, Ricky Hatton, and several other, Kell Brook. Why do they get so much fat between fights? I don't get it. I've never understood that, because I remember when I was in the gym, boxing gym, I had pros that were in there with the O'Quinn bros. Robert O'Quinn and Jericho O'Quinn, two pros that were there throughout my time in the gym. This is dating back all the way back to 2013. They were always in shape, even if they didn't have a fight scheduled. Like, I remember Jericho O'Quinn, he would have a fight like on April 11. He'd come back by April 20 in the gym. He's always in shape. He always has a six-pack. If he wanted to, if you give him a 6-week notice, he can make weight. And I think it was a bantamweight. So my question is, why do these guys balloon so high? Like Billy Joe Sanders couldn't make weight for a fight unless like he has a 3 to 4 months head up. Like you give him a date 3 to 4 months in advance. He won't make weight if you tell him, look, bro, we got you this big fight 6 weeks from now. No, he won't make weight. Like, even Canelo, I've never seen Canelo out of shape. I've never seen Terence Crawford out of shape. Like, I see Terence Crawford all the time in the gym. Why are these fighters? I've never seen Deontay Wilder out of shape. It amazes me. Even Latino fighters like Marcus Maidana would get so fat. Then, why? I don't get why outside of America why these fighters balloon up so much. I don't get it. I've never got it. It's always been weird to me. Mike Tyson to this day is in fighting shape, and he's 60 years old. It amazes me. Well, why do these fighters get so fat between fights? And Tyson Fury, I have the same question to him. Why are you getting so fat, bro? He looked like 310 pounds in his last training video. What are you doing? What could you possibly be doing to get that fat? And even in the second Wilder fight, he looked fat as fuck. Not the second, the third Wilder fight. The second Wilder fight, he looked strong. It was clear he bulked up from the Wallin fight. But that third Wilder fight, he did not look strong. He just looked fat. I don't know. I'm not the one to judge. I'm not in shape myself, but I'm not a professional boxer either. I just never got it. I've been in the gym with pros. Munib Salmani, he's a pro in our area. He's always in shape. Always. 6 weeks out from a fight, he'll be ready. Why do these guys need 3 to 4 months to get in shape? Like, what could have possibly happened? We're in February. He fought in October. What could possibly have happened between October and February to make you reach 310 pounds? How do you gain 40 pounds between 4 months? How? I don't get it. What are you doing? Are you like just eating 6 pizzas and like 3 calzones with 50 chicken wings a day? I just don't get it. Never have got it. How do these guys get so fat? Like, I remember Ricky Hatton looking dreadful. Absolutely. That's why he got knocked out to the body when he came back and fought Sanchenko. You never gave half a fuck about your body. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Your body's going to reward you? I never got it. How do you get that fat? You're a professional athlete. I never got it. Especially in the UK. I think every fighter does that. I don't know why. Why do you get so fat between fights? Even Felix Cash said he had to drop 50 pounds before. Why? What did you do to gain 50 pounds? What could have possibly happened? It just blows my mind. What are you guys doing? These fighters get so fat between fights. It didn't make no sense. You guys are pro athletes. This is your job. It's like if I'm a dishwasher and I don't clean dishes until it's almost closing time. Like, what were you doing the whole day? It just makes no sense. If I'm a dishwasher, I gotta clean dishes the second I see them. The second they get to me, I clean them. I don't keep them on till night, then clean them. Then I won't be ready. It will be all a mess. That's why, like, Billy Joe Sanders couldn't fight the style that he should have fought against Canelo Alvarez. He was trying to, from the beginning, he was trying to fight Canelo in the pocket. I don't even know why he made a fuss about getting a bigger ring when you weren't even going to take advantage of the bigger ring. It's because you physically can't take advantage of the bigger ring because you always balloon up anyway and come down. Never got it. Never understood. Like, even Callum Smith, you can say whatever you want about Callum Smith, but when he signed for the Canelo fight 4 weeks in advance. Billy Joe Sanders had a 5-month advance for the Canelo fight. He rejected the December date because he said he couldn't have been in shape. Then he fought Martin Murray literally on the same exact weekend that Canelo fought Callum Smith. But he just couldn't get in shape correctly. He knew he would get knocked the fuck out quicker. I don't even think he thought he could beat Canelo when they fought in May, but he knew he couldn't. He would have no chance had the fight happen in December of 2020. Now, say what you want about Callum Smith, but he's always in shape. Just never get it. Obviously, right now, I just gave you a prime example of a UK fighter, Callum Smith. Another guy, Anthony Joshua, always in shape. But even Dillian Whyte, when he fought Oscar Rivas, he was around 250 pounds. 5 months later, he fought Marius Vach. He was near 280. What the fuck did you do in those 5 months? And you obviously came down a bit during training camp. Like, what were you doing? I don't know. I don't want to go on a rant just about people gaining weight. Because as I said, I'm not in the best way myself right now. But at the same time, I'm not a professional boxer in the middle of his prime, knowing that my body is my only route to money and it will expire soon. I just don't get it. Like, even George Groves, have you seen him now? Nassim Hamid, have you seen them now? The fuck did you guys do with yourselves? Like, I know you still got guys like Chris Eubanks Jr. and Nigel Benn still in tip-top shape. But man, those are rare to find over there in the UK. Now, I think Tyson Fury, one day, just one day, his body is going to just fucking fail him. It's just going to fail him. Be like, not this time, bro. Can't do it again. Can't balloon up and lose the weight again. I'm done. His body's going to give up on him one day. And it's like if you fight a guy like Filip Hrgović, who's always in tip-top shape. Joe Joyce, always in tip-top shape. Even these guys, when they go up and down in weight, it's always between 10 pounds. And it always looks natural. It does not look like they're fat. One day, a Tyson Fury, a Dillian Whyte, these guys that don't focus on their weight, will get into a fight with a Joe Joyce or Filip Hrgović. Guys who are high stamina, good engines, and they will get fucked up from pillar to post. And you remember this video. They will get fucked up one day by these two guys. Because these two guys always in shape and have strong engines. And guys like Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury, I have no clue what they do between fights. No clue. Like, I remember when Tyson Fury, after he beat Deontay Wilder the third time, he was out getting drunk, doing drugs right after the fight. The fuck are you doing, bro? You're the heavyweight champion of the world. Conor McGregor lived that lifestyle. What happened when he turned 30? Tyson Fury has yet to fight a guy outside of Wilder that's elite ever since his comeback. This will be his first time. Let's hope he doesn't get found out. The only reason why he's not going to get found out, in my opinion, the biggest reason, and the reason why I would not pick Whyte, even though I might have picked Whyte during this fight, is because Whyte would be out of the ring for 13 months. I'm pretty sure he ballooned up in weight, like how he usually does, and he's going to be losing weight to get back in shape. Whyte refused to fight Otto Wallin. We all know his injury is bullshit. And he should have fought Otto Wallin, knocked out Otto Wallin. You saw how bad Otto Wallin performed against Kamil Sakalowski. He should have fought Otto Wallin. Even though I was one of the people that were saying Otto Wallin could beat Dillian Whyte, still fight him. If not, schedule a fight 1 month later against some weak competition. What's the point of going into the fight, the biggest fight in your career, in a 13, 14-month layoff? What's the point? You know you're fucking yourself, right? You're setting yourself up for failure. Fury had just had a fight 6 months prior to their scheduled fight of April 23. You, at the time of April 23, would have stepped in the ring since what, March 5, March 6, when you beat Povetkin. In a fight that was low action, we saw nothing from Povetkin. Jabs were hurting Povetkin. You did not even sweat. You did not even have to think about this fight. You're obviously not mentally or physically fresh going into this Fury fight. So we can make an argument the last time you were in a thinking fight was against Mariusz Wach. Because even the first Povetkin fight, you were having your way with him until he knocked you out, right? You dropped him 3 times, I think, around 4, 2 times, whatever. Against Mariusz Wach, you had to think, you had to outbox Mariusz Wach. Watching live, I thought Mariusz Wach won the fight. Rewatching it, I was obviously wrong. Whyte clearly won that fight. But still, it was still a thinking fight. Mariusz Wach was giving you angles. Mariusz Wach was jabbing. Mariusz Wach was moving around the ring. So it was a thinking fight. So it's been 3 years, almost 3 years, since you've had a thinking fight. Where Tyson Fury has just been 2 wars with an elite heavyweight boxer. Makes no sense. Like, Tyson Fury, he's taking this wrong completely. Dillian Whyte's taking it even wronger. Why was Alexander Usyk just so mentally sharp against Joshua? Even when Joshua, in rounds 5 and 6, wanted to turn the tide, he beat Joshua down so bad in round 7. I predicted Joshua was going to quit. That's how mentally sharp Usyk was. And then Joshua, he's also been, throughout his career, we criticize Joshua when he fights Pulov, who would be the 3rd best win on Fury's resume. And like the 2nd best win on Whyte's resume. But we criticize Joshua when he fights a Pulov. He was also mentally sharp. He also came back around 8 and mounted another comeback before he had the eye injury in round 9. So you see, when you're mentally sharp and physically sharp at the same time, you're always ready for everything. Always ready for everything. Usyk, throughout his career, has fought B or A level fighters. Derek Chisora is Tyson Fury's third best win. I highly rate Derek Chisora. He's not a shabby fighter. All of you guys know he's one of my favorite fighters. All you guys that have been subscribing for a long time know my two favorite fighters are Derek Chisora and Gabriel Rosado. Even though they're borderline B level, possibly C plus level fighters, still they're my two favorite fighters. They're legit throwback fighters. None of this bullshit. Yeah. So Derek Chisora is the third best win for Tyson Fury. Is he even a top 8 win for Alexander Usyk? I'd put the Glowski win over. The Matruna win better than that. The Michael Hunter win better than Chisora. The Marco Huck win is better than Chisora. The Marius Berridis win is better than Chisora. The Morat Gassiev win is better than Chisora. The Tony Bellew win was better than Chisora. The Anthony Joshua win was obviously better than Chisora. So he has 8 wins better than Chisora. 8 opponents better than Chisora that he's beaten. Fury has 2. You see what I'm saying? Chisora is Dillian Whyte's second best one. Do we agree? Hopefully we do. Joseph Parker is Dillian Whyte's best one. You see why these guys are not mentally sharp? Why was even Tyson Fury, the competition he's faced was so much higher than the competition Deontay Wilder had faced. So much higher. Deontay Wilder, what was his best win? Luis Ortiz, the same Luis Ortiz that got dropped by a fucking jab from Charles Martin. Right? That's his best one. What's his second best win? Romain Stavern? The same guy who got knocked out by Joe Joyce in 4 rounds. The same guy that got destroyed by Trevor Bryan of all people. That's his second best one. What's his third best one? Arthur Spilka? In 9 rounds. And he's struggling those 9 rounds. The same Arthur Spilka that got knocked out by Chisora himself in 2 rounds. You see what I mean? Like, I rank Luis Ortiz below Chisora. Everyone's saying that Ortiz would beat Chisora. You guys, if Ortiz and Chisora actually do fight, Chisora is going to fuck Luis Ortiz up within 3 rounds. Quote me on this. He's going to fuck Luis Ortiz up in 3 rounds. So Wilder's best win is a C-level fighter. At best. Right? Can we agree on this? So Wilder's best win is a C-level fighter. He fought Fury, whether you like him or not, and I'm considered a Fury hater by most, Fury's an A-level fighter, an A-plus level fighter. One of the all-time greats. He will be remembered as one of the all-time greats. Now, when you fall on your best one C-level and you jump up to A+, you try to get him when he's rusty and out of shape, like the first fight. You almost knocked him out. You didn't. You lost in most people's eyes, clearly, but you still got away with the draw. You fight him the second time. Who do you use as preparation? He doesn't go and get a Filip Hrgović, who's tall and rangy. No. He doesn't get a Joe Joyce. No, he doesn't do that. Why would he do that? Why the fuck would he do that? He doesn't take the Anthony Joshua fight in April because he just fought Fury. He's kind of sharpened. He's kind of fresh. He's mentally at his best. He just fought Fury. You're just in there with the A-level fighter. You know what? Right now, I'm ready for Joshua. No, he rejects the $100 million offer. He fights Dominic Breazeale, a mandatory that he requested, and then he fights Luis Ortiz. 2 fights that are not going to prep you. We already fought Ortiz. 2 fights that did not prep him whatsoever. Even a Robert Helenius would have been more prep for Fury, but nevertheless, you fought Luis Ortiz again. You fought Dominic Breazeale. You basically, I guess Dominic Breazeale hurt you a bit. It was the fight only went a minute. Hurt you, was going at you. After the clinch, Dominic Breazeale had a mental lapse, obviously, and Wilder is known for punching out of the clinch. He knocked Breazeale right after they broke away from the clinch. And against Luis Ortiz, you were losing every round. 6-0. Just banking, I'm going to catch him at one point. What type of fucking mentality is that? Now, I know this video took a wrong turn, but what I ask is Dillian Whyte trying to beat Fury in his mind games? Maybe he will, but guess what? At the end of the day, it's not going to matter. Because Dillian Whyte has not prepped himself. Like, going into this video, I thought it would have been a 50-50 fight if Fury would come in heavy. I still think it would be closer, but Dillian Whyte has just gotten to this fight wrong. He hasn't fought a guy with Fury's dimensions since 2019. He's coming off 2 wins again. He's coming off not 2 wins, 1 win and a loss against Alexander Povetkin. Did not fight Autovolin, who's a big guy, who's a southpaw. You don't know if Fury might be able to go to southpaw. It would have been a good learning fight. And guess what? Even if Autovolin would have beat him 8-4, 9-3, he still would have won the decision in the UK. We all know that. But still, he pulled out. And yeah, that's my take on this. I know this video has gone on way longer than I expected. But give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Stick Boxing out.